Learn English through stories. Intermediate English. The story of John F. Kennedy. A young president promised a new era of hope. John F. Kennedy inspired a generation with his energy, charm, and vision for a better world. Told in slow, clear English, listen and read along to discover the life and legacy of America's 35th president. Don't just study English, live it through stories. Born into Promise. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917, in Brookline, Massachusetts. He came from a large Irish Catholic family that valued education and public service. His father, Joseph Kennedy Sr., was a wealthy businessman and politician. His mother, Rose, taught her children faith and discipline. John was the second of 9 children, a sick but strong child. As a child, John suffered many illnesses. He spent months in bed reading about history and heroes. These stories inspired him to serve his country. Despite weak health, he refused to give up and learned to hide his pain behind a confident smile. The Kennedy brothers. The Kennedy children were competitive. John looked up to his older brother Joe Jr., who was expected to become president someday. But World War II would change everything. Both brothers served as naval officers, but only one would return. War at Sea. In 1943, Lieutenant Kennedy commanded a small torpedo boat, PT-109, in the Pacific. A Japanese destroyer struck his boat at night, splitting it in two. Kennedy swam for hours through shark-filled waters to save his crew. He earned the Navy and Marine Corps Medal and a Purple Heart for his courage. Loss and responsibility. Joe Jr. died on a dangerous mission in 1944. The family was heartbroken. Now, John became the one expected to carry on the family's political dreams. His war experience and sense of duty prepared him for public life. Entering politics. After the war, Kennedy ran for Congress in 1946. He won and served 6 years as a representative from Massachusetts. Voters liked his youth and war hero image. In 1952, he was elected to the U.S. Senate, defeating a well-known Republican opponent. Health challenges. Behind the smile, Kennedy suffered chronic back pain and Addison's disease. He underwent risky surgeries and wore a back brace most of his life. During recovery, he wrote Profiles in Courage, stories of senators who acted bravely for principle. The book won the Pulitzer Prize in 1957. Marriage and family. In 1953, Kennedy married Jacqueline Bouvier, a smart and graceful journalist. They became one of America's most admired couples. The public loved their youth, style, and charm. Together they had 4 children, though 2 died young. Running for president. Kennedy announced his candidacy for president in 1960. At age 43, he was young and seen as inexperienced by many. He ran against Vice President Richard Nixon. Their televised debates were the first in U.S. history. Kennedy's calm and confident appearance helped him win millions of voters. The youngest president. On January 20, 1961, John F. Kennedy was sworn in as the 35th President of the United States. He was the youngest elected president and the first Roman Catholic to hold the office. In his inaugural address, he urged Americans to serve their country with courage and purpose, setting the tone for a new generation of leadership. The New Frontier. Kennedy called his domestic program the New Frontier. He wanted to end poverty, improve education, and advance civil rights. He proposed tax cuts and more funding for science and space research. Some plans passed, others were blocked by Congress. Still, his vision inspired many Americans. A call to serve. In 1961, Kennedy created the Peace Corps. It sent young Americans to teach and help in developing countries. He believed service could build understanding and peace between nations. Thousands joined, proving that idealism could change the world. Bay of Pigs failure. Soon after taking office, Kennedy approved a plan to invade Cuba and overthrow Fidel Castro. The operation failed badly at the Bay of Pigs in 1961. Many invaders were captured. Kennedy took full responsibility and vowed to learn from the mistake. The Berlin Wall. That same year, the Soviet Union built the Berlin Wall to stop East Germans from escaping to the West. Kennedy sent troops to protect West Berlin and promised to defend freedom. His firm stand won respect around the world. The space race. In 1961, President Kennedy challenged America to reach the moon before the decade ended. He said, "We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard, because that challenge is one we intend to win." His words inspired a nation to dream big, work together, and believe that great goals are worth the struggle. Civil rights struggles. At first, Kennedy moved slowly on civil rights, fearing political backlash. But by 1963, he spoke clearly for racial equality. He sent federal troops to protect black students and proposed a strong Civil Rights Act to end segregation and discrimination. The Cuban Missile Crisis. In October 1962, U.S. spy planes found Soviet nuclear missiles in Cuba. For 13 days, the world stood on the edge of nuclear war. Kennedy ordered a naval blockade and negotiated directly with Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev. The missiles were removed and war was avoided. The Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. After the crisis, Kennedy and Khrushchev sought peaceful progress. In 1963, they signed the Limited Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, which stopped nuclear tests in the atmosphere. It was a small but important step toward reducing global tension. Hope and image of Camelot. The press called his presidency Camelot, after the legendary kingdom of honor and youth. Jack and Jackie Kennedy brought style, music, and art to the White House. Americans felt they were living in a time of possibility and grace. The Texas Trip. In November 1963, Kennedy traveled to Texas to build support for his re-election. Crowds lined the streets to see him and the First Lady. On November 22nd, shots rang out as the motorcade passed through Dallas. Kennedy was struck and fatally wounded. A nation in shock. The news of Kennedy's assassination shocked the world. He was 46 years old. Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson was quickly sworn in as president. Millions mourned as they watched Jacqueline and their children stand bravely at the funeral. The Warren Report. The Warren Commission concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in the shooting. Many people, however, believed there was a larger conspiracy. Debate continues today, but Kennedy's death remains a national tragedy and mystery. Legacy of inspiration. Kennedy's presidency was short, but his impact endures. He inspired Americans to serve, to dream big, and to believe that individual action matters. His words and spirit still motivate leaders around the world. Words that endure. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. These words remain among the most famous in American history. They remind people that citizenship means responsibility and service, not just benefits. What about you? What does service mean to you? Have you ever helped your community or others in need? Do you believe one person can make a difference? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your words might inspire someone else to act. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more fun English lessons.